Okay, we're just a few weeks away from the November 17th, 72nd Assembly District Special Election. Today we want to talk a little bit about printers.
Right.
Not only the printers, but what we're putting them in, which is the voting booths. Now we've gone through this process. We'll just take everybody over here for a second. We've gone through this process so far where we did a first pass on these voting booths,
right,
which was mainly service and maintenance, cleaning the screen. Right.
Right. We took the printer, we took cords out, we made sure all the parts are there so it's functional as a setup machine.
Right. And this last step that we're going through, that we're getting these ready for the polling sites, is to insert the printer itself.
Right.
And the printer, just so what everybody knows, is when a voter votes out in the voting booth, they're going to see their selections on screen, they verify those on the printer, and they cast their final ballot.
Right.
Now these come back to us under the seal of the Sheriff's Department, but also under this plexiglass, so voters can't touch them.
Right.
So let's show them what we're doing with this last step.
We're going to connect the printer. Start with the data cable.
And while you're doing that, just a quick funny story. As our guys are opening these up, because of this weather today, they're getting static electricity shocks on those things, right?
Right.
So we want to protect them. We're giving them cloth so that they can use
like
it to
this
touch
when they're locking them.
Right, exactly.
After it's connected, install it in the booth, lock it into place. Then we're going to take our brick or power converter, or what we call it.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, you know, we call this a brick in-house, but in reality, this is pretty sensitive equipment because we have a glass fuse inside of here, so
right,
poll workers need to be careful with that.
And we're going to connect it to the printer.
Mm-hmm.
Now we do a test on it. The test consists of two things.
Power it up.
We first have to power up the actual e-slate itself. This will turn the e-slate on. And then we plug in the printer, so we're actually testing out the cord and making sure the connections are right, and the printer. Now you notice the printer did a power up report, meaning this is all functional, these cords. And this is not broken, the fuse is good. We'll get a connection report, which means these two are talking, which means the data line's good, and the word OK is right there.
Yep.
So we're good to go. This is a good booth.
And the last step that we'll go through is we will close the booth up, put the seals on the booth, log them into our database so we know exactly which booth is going to which polling site, and then we put them in what's called a caddy, and that caddy is delivered to the poll site. Sets of 8 total.
Right,
collected.
8 with the selection.
One other quick item I want to point out, we have 2 warning stickers on here. The larger one is for poll workers and just reminds them when they set up in the morning, check the power, make sure the unit is on. And we also have a warning sticker on here for voters, reminding them not to cast their ballot until they reviewed their selections, then they hit the cast ballot button.
That's right.
Right, exactly. So remember, the 17th is the election on Tuesday, November 17th. Just around the corner, we're going to have more info for you on future video blogs. Stay tuned. Thanks again.